This is an open letter to Steve of Studio B regarding his sharing of an email that I sent to him. Although he doesn't credit who sent the email, it's irrelevant to me. I think that sharing an email is unethical and unprofessional. I no longer wish to associate with you, Steve, on a personal and or professional level. I've also taken down the interview that I had with you. I would appreciate if you would do so on your channel, but if you do not, I have no recourse in that matter, since having it up is completely legal as far as I can tell. I don't know where to begin, Steve, with how wrong you are in everything that you've said so far. Your first video, Atheism is Untenable, is one that I produced a criticism of, pointing out the logical fallacies therein. Even if one is to ignore the main criticism that it is a straw man construct of the word atheist that you're going after, the rest of the logical fallacies that you produced in that video that I point out still hold. Additionally, Steve, you misrepresent me personally when it comes to what an atheist is or how one becomes an atheist, what that means to the individual, and so on. You do not seem to get it, even though I attempted to explain. But your sharing of my email, even though I am not mentioned by name in the email, is what is causing me and has caused me to unsubscribe from you and not want anything more to do with you, because it's simply unethical of you to do that. Could have had a conversation with this privately, but no, you want to continue to think that you're correct in your attack against atheism, and fine, attacking ideas is great, but the way you go about it must be intellectually honest, which you are not doing here, Steve. You present my email as a smug email. At no point did I think it was smug. I was sincerely trying to help you to have a good video about atheism. I understand what it is. You do not, which is clear from your first video and also clear in this video. You attribute atheism to the American atheists, which is ridiculous at face value. The American atheists did not create a new way to look at the word atheist. If you think they did, provide the evidence. You say that there's a link between the American atheist and feminism. There may or may not be. I don't know. I would have to watch your entire video to see if there is any evidence for that. But if there is evidence, fine. Great. That's a separate topic in and of itself and has nothing to do with the arguments about atheism in general. What you're essentially saying is they, the American atheists, have made the word atheist mean this thing in efforts to defend atheism from attack. No, they have not. The word atheist has changed gradually over time to mean a number of things, Steve. This is an old debate tactic from theists that we have gone over before. And when I say we, I mean atheists and skeptics that have gone over this particular attack, which is the definition of what the word atheist means in the first place. And that's all this is an attempt at attacking what the definition is and thereby dismantling the idea without attacking the arguments, whatever they might be. You don't understand what atheist is, therefore you're wrong. Atheism is not a lack of belief in God, because that doesn't make sense to me. Therefore, atheism is wrong. Atheism is a statement there is no God. It's a positive claim, so you have to support that claim. And since you guys aren't doing that, you're all a bunch of frauds and your arguments are invalid. We don't even need to bother with you because you're all you're doing is attacking religion, but you're not making a positive case of atheism. So we win without even playing. That is an old hat trick, Steve. And my attempt to reach you on a personal level with my personal email to you, because I had interviewed you and I thought we had a nice interview, and I thought you were an interesting person. I had respect for you, and I engaged you in conversation. I thought, hey, you made this video. You could have consulted me first. I mean, we had spoken, so I don't know why you wouldn't talk to an atheist about atheism. Instead, you doubled down on a video that's already wrong by making another video and then including my email that is an attempt to be friendly and reach out to you as a criticism of atheists and our so-called smugness and superiority in how right we all think we are. No, Steve, this is me trying to help you via email. This is me not thinking that I'm right or anything like that or anything to do with it. I am right in regards to the word atheist and its definition, but that's a separate thing from my so-called smugness that you criticize me and other atheists in your video here with. I'll be going over your entire video in full in a response video to this, but this is an open letter to you so that you know that I am upset with you and why. I said, Cy, it's time to respond to this. Then when I saw that you had my email up, I edited my comment and said, well, now it's personal. He says, oh, now it's personal. I think you decided that a couple weeks ago. No. The response video I had to you was not a personal video. It was an educational one for you and your benefit. And for the benefit of others, an open exchange, something that was meant to be seen as constructive criticism, not a personal thing. When you share my email, that's what makes it personal. Okay? Maybe you should think of this video as an intervention. Ridiculous. You have been duped by a fraudulent movement, and this video could help you escape. Absolutely incoherent. The American atheists have nothing to do with my disbelief in God or my understanding of the word atheist at all. Not even a little. My understanding of atheist is organic in nature. When I deconverted from Christianity to atheism, way back when I was 32, I'm 43 now, so whatever the math is on that, somebody can do. I stopped believing in God, Yahweh, and I only had that one belief in that particular God. So once I stopped believing in that God, then there was no other God for me to believe in because that's the only God I believed in, and that was it. So in regards to that belief, in my head, I thought, I don't believe in God anymore. I lack a belief of God, essentially. That's what it meant at that point to me. Now, the word atheist or the label atheist, I got later to some degree, but actually the first label I applied to myself was actually thanks to my brother, who said, oh, you're a skeptic. And I'm like, yes, that's the term. I like that term. I'm going to be a skeptic. Yes, that is the label I like. And because I'm a skeptic, I'm an atheist. Okay, great. At no point did I know anything about the American atheist or what their version of the word atheist is or was or anything to do with that. It was completely and fully organic. My disbelief in God had zero to do with them. And my understanding of the word, the definition and thereof, has nothing to do with them. This is a debate that we actually have had on and off again with a different Steve, a Steve McCrae, who I would love for him to debate you. That would be funny. The Steve McCrae's argument is very actually sophisticated compared to yours. His argument boils down to that we atheists should use the philosophical definition of atheism from a particular philosophical dictionary that says atheism is not God, that there is no God, a strong atheist position. He argued on that particular topic for a long time on Google Plus when Google Plus was a thing, and then once he had his channel, he would sometimes argue that on his channel. He's moved on to other topics since then, but nonetheless, it had been a discussion. But unlike your previous video and this one, the McCrae's position was never to try to argue in favor of theism by arguing the meta argument of what the word atheist means, whereas yours does seem to be that you're arguing against atheism by saying, well, you guys have it wrong. The definition is really this, therefore, I don't know, God exists or something. I don't know. But you guys are getting it wrong. But no, I've not been duped by this movement. This movement has nothing to do with my atheism. Do not misrepresent me, Steve. I did no such thing. And regarding, I said when I shared my email. No, you did share my email, Steve. If you'd paid attention to the video, you would notice it's quite careful not to reveal the source of any private email conversation. Already published entities were included in my video, like your public video and public comment. I purposely mentioned nothing about the identity involved email privately. I don't care. It's still my email. It's still private. It's still something you should not share. We are done. Bye. He thinks it's fine to share an email. No, it's not. Even if you take off the name, I don't think it's right. I wouldn't do it. All right. So that's my open letter to you, Steve, is you're misrepresenting me. What I mean by atheist, you don't have any idea what you're talking about in regards to what the word atheist is. Your two videos are completely wrong and full of logical fallacies, which I'll be pointing out in future videos. But on a personal level, you cross the line here. This is unprofessional, and I don't want anything to do with you on a personal or professional basis because of this. Oh, you were careful to omit my name. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You shared an email that was sent in private and have disparaging remarks about it made in public. I'm not okay with that. It's not cool. And I might have actually done this myself in the past of sharing emails or whatever. In my past videos, and if anyone finds any video where I did that, feel free to point it out, and I will be glad to take down the video and redo the video without an email because I want to be consistent. It's possible that I've done that and I hadn't thought about it in the past, as being unprofessional thing to do. But yeah, email exchanges should be kept between individuals in my view. Regardless, okay, that's the end of my letter to Steve. You're misrepresenting me personally and atheism broadly. So there's that, Steve. We're done. Goodbye. Ghost has some comments I'll read here. in my first interview with him, which is now down, by the way. I mean, it's still on his channel, but I took my version. I took mine down. I just, I don't want anything to do with him. So he doesn't get the honor of being on my channel now. Maybe that's incorrect. It's plausible. I put it on like private mode, so it's not deleted or anything. And obviously he can leave his up. There's no legal anything that I can do about that. Whatever, it's fine. Whatever. It's emotional right now. I'm trying to be more logical about it, but right now I'm very upset at this because he had every ability to reach out to me personally and talk to me about this stuff, and I could have helped him make a better video in general and specifically, and he could have cleared up any confusions he had with me personally. So it's just not cool. Anyways, in your first interview, trying to be diplomatic and him trying to dub down with this superstitious, cocky BS. Yeah, when I finally get around to asking him about, those beliefs that he might have, yeah, I was being very diplomatic because it's an interview, and I'm whenever I've interviewed other believers of any sort, I try to be just ask them why they believe what they believe and let them say what they want to say about it. I happen to agree that feminism, or at least certain brands of it, are dangerous. But, if he hadn't shared my email in this way, it's possible that, I wouldn't be making this video right now. But you just, you crossed the line that it doesn't matter if he didn't share my name or anything like that. It doesn't matter. It's just not, it's not done. It's not okay. That's my view. I mean, that's my personal ethics, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, there's no point arguing with him. He's quite narcissistic on the topic. Let him dig his own grave. No, well, I disagree because there's always a point in arguing with everybody on every subject. I'm not going to change his mind. That's fine. That's not the goal of any video. It's to for us all to understand logic better and to utilize reason whenever possible. And obviously I'm a bit emotional here in this open letter to him. And now that letter's done, this is like responding to comments that I'm getting in chat. Treat him with the contempt it deserves. Yes, well, I will treat the argument or lack thereof with the contempt it deserves. But as far as the person goes, I am separating that from the analysis, because on a personal level, I'm done with Steve, and I wanted to make that known to him through this open letter. What he did is not okay, and his suggestions about my atheism and how I view the word and why I view the word that way are completely wrong. And all he had to do was ask me about that. But instead of doing that, he makes another video. It baffles me. I don't understand that. I really don't. I've never said that in regards to there not being a God, that I'm absolutely right about that. I'm not smug or anything like this. These sort of wide sweeping accusations he has in this video are just insane. But I'll be dealing with all that when I have a response to the video proper. Anyway, so that's my open letter to Steve, plus some PSs of reading the comments that are here in chat. And I doubt Steve will listen to it, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm done with him. I want to attack the arguments, not the person, but anyways. Sincerely, Deconverted Man. This was a long letter. That was a weird open letter. Good night, everybody. Or a good day, depending on when you watch this.